everyone and welcome to my YouTube channel. So in this video I've come to share with you my journey of how I made my first sale on Fiverr. So it's going to be like a new seller journey revelation because I'm not a professional. Also I have just started freelancing on Fiverr about 3 to 4 months back. So it's going to be totally from the new seller's point of view. So I'm not going to give you any expert opinions or tips or tricks or anything. So without further ado, let's jump right into the video. Okay, so we will go in this fashion. Like first I will give you a brief that what is the service I provide, and I will also attach some screenshots right here so that you can see that what is the service I provide, and then we will jump right into the software to see that what I did to complete my orders. So let's start. Okay, so I actually create vectorized or traced signatures. So what does that mean is the buyers will have to provide me snaps of their signature and I'm going to trace that, and the benefit of it is that it's going to have a transparent background, so you can easily use that or use that for signing any letters, documents, any colored documents, any articles of official letters whatsoever. And in this process you can easily create any colored signature you want. Like if your buyer asks you to create like 10 different colored variants of the same signature, you don't have to do any redundant work. You will just have to simply change the color, and with this I earned my first sale of $5 within just 10 minutes. Okay, so within 10 minutes of me receiving the order, I completed that order, delivered that order, and got my first 5-star rating as well as a very good review on Fiverr. So without further delay, I will take you right into the software so that you can see that what is the procedure I followed.
Okay, so we are into Photoshop. Okay, so this is the software which I was talking about. I will be creating the digitized or the traced version of the signature right here. Now you can also use Adobe Illustrator, but then you are going to get like a vectorized format. I'm using Adobe Photoshop for getting like a traced version, and I will also tell you why I am using Adobe Photoshop right now. But before that, just have a look. I have got this image placed on my project in Photoshop. I hope you know how this image is on your project in Photoshop. So what we're going to do is, the first thing that I'm going to do is, like you can see that we have got a very long image with a lot of white space right here. I don't need that amount of white space because more area you have on the image, more is the amount of work you need to do, right? So what I'm going to do is, first thing, I'm going to crop this image. So I'm going to use my crop tool and very quickly I'm going to crop this image with the least amount of this background that is required should be there. So like let's go with that. Let's click on this option which says apply changes. So now we have got like a smaller version of our image. Now the first thing which you are going to do is, right after cropping your image, is you need to improve the quality of the image, and for that exact reason I'm using Photoshop. Like most of the times what happens, like what happened with me was, the image that was provided to me by the buyer was of a very low quality. It was very much blurred, and on zooming further in, it got pixelated very soon. So what we need to do is we need to improve the image quality, because if we have a good image quality, then this process is going to be easier for us. So for improving the image quality, what I'm going to do is I need to go to image, and here we have this option which says image size. Now the first thing is, what you can do is, if you have a very small image and you want to enlarge that image, you can manually type in the width and height of the image. Okay, but what I'm going to do is, since I have a decent sized image, I just want to change the resolution to the maximum resolution possible. So I'm just going to change this. So 72 is set by default. I'm just going to go with 300, and you will be able to see that automatically we have just got a change in the width and height of the image, right? So, and the resampling has to be set to automatic, because then it's going to automatically set to the best settings. And I'm just going to click on OK, and it's going to apply these changes, and now we are actually going to have like a better version or a improved version of our image right here. So this is like a better resolution image, which is more crisp and clear, and for that reason I've used Photoshop, because if I would be using Illustrator, then I would have to like jump first into Photoshop for improving the image, and then I will jump back to Illustrator. So I did not want to do that double work. So after this, the first thing which I'm going to do is unlock the background layer, and I'm just going to name this as background. Okay, so with this done, now we are ready to do our work. So what we need to do is, the first thing is we need to actually make a selection. Now remember one thing, the selection in this case has to be the selection of just the signature and not the background, because we want the signature to be traced and we do not want any portion of the background to be there. So as you can see, the background is a white paper, right? So it's of a lighter color than the signature, which is done with ink, so it's of a darker color. So we will be making a selection of the darker portions of our image. So how to do that? You need to go to select, okay, and then you have this option which says color range. So select that, and what we need to do is we need to select on the basis of shadows, right? And the selection preview will be grayscale. So as soon as you select shadows, you can see that we are now actually seeing the signature right here. So the portion that is now shown in white is the selection, and whatever is shown is in black is basically the portion that we are not seeing right now. Okay, so that will not be included in the signature. Now here we have two sliders. One is for fuzziness. So if you like go further up, the image or the selection is going to include a lot of the background as well, but we don't want that. But if you go further down, your image is going to be very, like, the lines are going to be very rough and crooked, so we don't want that. So I'm just going to place a slider somewhere here so that we are not getting anything of the background, but also we are not getting much, like uneven lines like this. I'm just going to, I think, keep it somewhere here. I think this should be fine. And we also have range, so that is basically the color range or the shadow range. So you can, like, if you go all the way to the right, it's going to select everything under white. And if you just go all the way to the black, your signature is again going to be a bit more uneven, right? So we are actually going to go with somewhat let's keep it somewhere like here, and you can see that now we are getting like finer lines, fuller lines, but we are also not getting any part of the background. Like, I think we are still getting a background part a bit here, so we need to remove that from our selection. I think now this is fine, and now I'm just going to click on OK, and what you will see is now we actually have got a selection of the signature. Okay, so for that, what I'm going to do is, like, most of the times you will see that now in this case Photoshop has actually done a pretty good job in selecting whatever was needed and not selecting whatever was not needed, but most of the times you might need to, like, improve that. So for that we have an option which is the magic wand tool, and here you have got a bunch of options like add to selection, subtract from selection, and you can use these options to, like, manipulate or change to your selection. Like you can add some portions or remove some portions from your selection. So I think this is fine. Now what I'm going to do is we need to create like a new adjustment layer. So go to this option which says create new fill or adjustment layer, click on that, and we need to create a new solid color layer. So this color is going to be the color of the signature that is specified by your client. Like if your client says that I want a pitch black signature, just use the color picker all the way and drag it to all the way to black. If you want a white signature, you can use that. If you want any other random color signature like blue, let's go with pink just for a change. Let's say I want like a deep pink signature like this one. So I'm just going to select that, and if I click on OK, now my signature is of this color, but still it's not having a transparent background. So for that, what I need to do is select this background layer and just press delete on my keyboard, and here you go. Now you have just your signature with a transparent background that you can easily use for signing your letters, documents, articles, and since it's transparent, you can place it easily on any colored document. It will look properly, it will look exactly proper. Okay, so you need to now export or save this image. So since we need to save this as a transparent background image, we need to go for a PNG file, because only PNG file format will support transparency. So you need to go to file, you need to go to export. Either you can do like a quick export as PNG or export as, so I might do a quick export as PNG. So I've now saved that image onto my system. Let me just show that image. So here we have our image. I'm really happy with how this looks. It's exactly like the original image, but with a transparent background, and that too of a different color, right? Now I'm just going to quickly demonstrate how you can use this. So for that, I've just created like a Word document right here. So just think that it's like a letter or something, and you need to place your signature. So what I'm going to do is, since this has been saved as a PNG file format, so it's basically an image file, you need to go to insert and pictures, insert picture from this device. and now I've got my image placed. And what I'm going to do is you can just resize, you can change the layout option, so that is all up to you. And okay, so and here we have got our image placed. Now just to prove that it's basically with a transparent background, I'm quickly going to change the page color. So let me just change the page color. Let's make like a yellow page. So yes, you can see that the page is yellow, and since it's like a transparent image or a transparent background image, it's not having any white background or any colored background, and it can easily be used for signing your documents, your letters, whatever color articles. Okay, so this was like the basic thing which I did, and all of this just took me 10 minutes. As I just said, within 10 minutes I had delivered my order, got my review, got a 5-star rating and everything.
So this was all I did to get my first sale on Fiverr, and as I've already told you, I'm a new seller, so this was like a video for all the fellow freelancers, new sellers like me who were thinking that what is the service we can provide to, or what is the thing that we can do to make our first sale on Fiverr. If you really found this video useful, please hit the like button. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel for more interesting and useful videos on freelancing, internships, technology, college life, and much more. Also hit the notification button to get notified every time I come on YouTube. So this was all for this video. I hope I will see you soon in my next video. Until then, bye.